It is a beautiful warm day. In fact, we've got the doors open and it feels great. Our guests just left this morning and we've been getting all of our Yule decorations out. A bit of a chaotic mess right now, but it will eventually be there. We got our little Christmas tree here. We cut it down yesterday. And look at these cute little snowflakes that I just got. Aren't they cute? They're made out of cotton. I've got some pruning to do today. I've got to prune my hydrangeas, all my roses, and a few other things. Let me find my boots. Well, yeah, you see these roses here? They're a mess. I gotta prune them way back, and same with these hydrangeas. That hydrangea got so big that I was worried it was gonna uproot itself. So I'm gonna be pruning them. And along with these guys, these have a tendency to get leggy and heavy on themselves. So I'm gonna cut them back as well. Butterfly bushes, not till spring, early spring. Oh! The kids keep putting this fake snake around, trying to scare me. But they only got me maybe once or twice. I got a bunch of mulch. I've got some spots in my garden that are just muddy when I walk because I've walked so much in this specific areas that ground cover won't grow. So I'm gonna start working on making nice little paths, and then I think I've got tons of lily turf that I'll be digging up and kind of using as a border. But I got some pansies. See? Aren't those pretty? I like the ones that have a face. We are going to be planting those over here. See, this area looks just not colorful. I need probably at least 2 more, I'm thinking. I can't really do this one-handed, can I? I wonder if I'll be able to get this down the hill without them falling. We'll see. That worked. Okay. We made it. I would love to just have green ground cover everywhere, but it's not practical for some areas where I'm walking all the time, so then I end up with mud paths that I slip on and get muddy shoes. It's just not fun. So if you see here, you can kind of see my main walking areas. I've already been kind of working on this section here. And I kind of want it to go around, probably have a little bit one going to the greenhouse. Just my main walking paths, and I would like to get, I've got tons of lily turf that I'm gonna wanna kind of line them with. In fact, one of my, Mara, go with Melly. That's a good girl. So, chip drop, my camera just turned off. All these wood chips, they'll drop them off at your house for free. But I'm too far out. I've been on the list for a couple years and I just live too far out. But my friend who lives closer to town got a ton of wood chips, but she decided she doesn't want to use them because she prefers wood chips that are treated. And I'm the opposite. I don't want wood chips that have been treated. So she said I could take those. So I'm going to be going with my trailer and picking up all of that mulch, wood chips, to put out into my garden. But yeah. Hi, what you doing?
Fixing this gate.
Yeah, it's kind of loose, huh? I'm gonna put these guys out. I think I'm gonna start here and kind of go that way because this is a real slippery section. I'm always slipping right here.
a shrubbery with a pot.
Yeah. This is an exciting video today.
You get all 5 of them?
And that's just 2. But yeah, I got all 5. I got all 5 of them. Bleh. I got all 5 in one trip.
Dang.
I'm used to it.
Hercules.
I know, I've got strong muscles. This is my real slippery spot here. I'm tired of slipping. Clover is all coming in really good. I'm excited. It's thickening up. And those wild strawberry patches are just spreading like crazy, and it is an evergreen, so I'm pretty excited about that. That's much better. It's obviously not finished. We're gonna do this in baby steps. That's gonna be so much nicer. But if you see, the clover's coming in real good. Another little area I walk a lot, so it's a muddy mess, and I just slipped. But over here, so here's that wild strawberry. It's really coming down, taking this area over too. So I'm gonna start taking chunks out of this with the roots and just spreading it all over, and just let it go because it's taking things over quick. It stays low to the ground, so I don't have to mow it. It flowers, yellow flowers, in the spring and summer. And it's soft to walk on, you know, easy on the feet. So yeah, I'm gonna start getting that growing everywhere. Let me show you something though, before I go start pruning this stuff here. See all my hairy vetch. You know, I noticed with this stuff that it was only climbing in certain areas, and I was like, okay, why? Well, because any area that has the squash hanging down, it was climbing up on that. It didn't have the support it needed to get up here. So I went ahead and with twine, here, see, I put twine all over, and now they're starting to come up and they're starting to attach themselves, you see, to the twine, and then they can make their way up and eventually get all the way to the top. And I'll have some pretty color in the wintertime. So I did this over here too. These guys were starting to come down this way, and I was like, we don't want that. So now they're starting to climb on, just starting to climb. I did this last week, and now they can make their way up where they're supposed to be. And I'll have a nice green arch, and eventually in the springtime, it should be one of the first things to bloom. It has a pretty purple flower. And I need to go find some loppers, and we will cut things back here. I wanted to show you something real quick in the greenhouse before I go back up to the house. And this, Nathan did this little area for me. It's nice because I can have, you know, these are my popsicle sticks, scissors, all that kind of stuff. And all my azalea cuttings and hydrangea cuttings are doing well. And I've got over here creeping thyme that I grew from seed. I love creeping thyme. It's one of my favorite things. This spring I will plant a ton more. I'm going to be putting this out today. In fact, we'll bring it out, and then look. Here's my comfrey. This comfrey, I'll show you while I bring this up. Oop. Well, it's quite warm in the rain house here. But now this whole area here, all the way around on the edges of the chicken run, now I have the crimson clover with, you know, I've got tons of cilantro and dill that will fill it in and get taller, get a lot taller than the crimson clover. But when this stuff dies back in the, I guess it will be summer, if cilantro will be bolting for sure by then. But I want to take a comfrey and fill in this section here and eventually work my way around and have comfrey on the inside border of the chicken run. And I know comfrey gets quite large, so the chickens can kind of keep it trimmed back on the side that's closest to the run. And over here I'll have to kind of keep it trimmed back as well. But all the trimmings, I can make compost tea out of it. It's also very nutritious for chickens, and it's very beautiful. It's a perennial. It's not an evergreen, but it will keep coming back. So that's my plan for this section. And then the creeping thyme, I'm going to be taking this and planting it right along the edges here of these rocks. And I want the creeping thyme to grow up and over the rocks so that eventually you won't be able to even see the rocks, and they'll kind of creep out into the clover. That's kind of my idea. That's where that's going to go. But first, I need to cut back some of this stuff up here. You see, here's one of my creeping thyme plants right here. Eventually it will make its way down. This is my sunwheel of strawberries. Now, that darn dear Daisy, she kind of took out quite a few of my strawberries, but I think they're doing good. I think they're going to be okay. We'll see. Lily has been putting down all of her bunny droppings and bedding that needs to be cleaned out in the strawberries, and I think it's been doing really well. I've been having her do that with all of my blueberries and eventually fruit trees and all that stuff, because it's free fertilizer. I'm hoping to give these guys a real good boost this fall, winter, and hopefully my little sad dwarf fruit trees will start taking off. Okay, I keep getting distracted and I'm gonna go get this done. Okay, let's take these down. These guys got hit hard with those rose slugs. Ooh, just heard a branch come down. I don't like being out in the woods on days like this. This is when those dead trees come down. That's much better. I still have some more to do, but that was a head start. I want to go ahead and plant these pansies. Since I'm going to get a few more packs of these, thinking I'm going to kind of go around this way and fill this in real well, and then I'll probably get at least 2 more packs so that they fill in nicely. I like to keep these containers and use them to plant my seedlings in the spring. There's more branches coming down. Hello, Twinkle. What are you doing? You are so fluffy. You're so fluffy. Tomorrow. Oh goodness, you're wet. Don't shake by me. This ground is quite wet because we're getting a lot of rain. And now we've been getting all this wind, which can often take up trees. Hopefully not, though. I'm gonna need to clean that off. And so obviously we need a lot more, don't we? This is a start. Pansies are, you know, they went up a whole $1. I want to be able to plant my own from seed because that would save us a lot of money. Because I do enjoy the pansy color during this time of year, you know. Would have liked to fill this area, and then I've got this sad area over here that's just barren, right? It needs help. But I do really like these purple ones. They're cute little faces. I have this salvia, y'all, that I planted from seed. I've got 2 of them. And you know, normally salvia will die back, right? It's a perennial, but it will come back next year. And this one is not dying, and we've had multiple frosts. Oh, that's right, I wanted to plant these too, didn't I? So I have more seeds to this variety. Can't remember what it's called. I still have them in the house, so I'll put the name right here. But you see here, this guy's still going. I mean, it's small. Yeah, it's still alive. More onions. It's a little cilantro. And I have one more. I have one more of those. Ah, here it is. See right here. So it's still green. So if that's the case with these, the more evergreens I can have around here, the better, because it gets expensive planting annuals every season, right? That adds up. And I've got a lot of gardens that I want to continue to expand. Financially, it's just not practical, you know? I need stuff that's evergreens, perennials, stuff that at least comes back. Prefer things that are evergreen, that way I'm getting some pretty color throughout the year. That's why I like my camellias up there, because they give me some color in the winter time, and they're also an evergreen. Let me plant these guys here, huh? And then I'm gonna probably finish up the pruning without y'all and get in the house, because I don't really like being outside when it's this blustery. Makes me nervous. All right, let me get my hory. Let's see. These will spread quite a bit, so we will space them out. We'll see how far we get. I'm going to be planting a lot more of these in the spring. They're super easy to plant from seed. Right, about as far as we're going to get today. That's okay. Put this one here. I see there's a little cilantro right there. Oh, see, there's Dill. I think these little guys will be happy to finally have a home. Hi. You know, I was going to do a little bit more pruning, but with the weather, I might just have a glass of wine and edit this video and do pruning when it's not so blustery. But check out these turkeys. I'm going to put these away real quick. Turkeys are doing great. They have been going into their whimsical turkey house every night without a fuss. Been kind of giving them some corn to warm them up a bit. What do you guys think? You like your turkey house? I do. I like that I can see it from the house. And I can also see all the turkeys, make sure they're there. What is that? Oh, Moro's over there. I'm glad we got some planting done. Pretty much have everything out now in the fall garden, fall/winter garden, and I'm excited. Come on, Moro. You're gonna need to be hosed off. Alright, y'all, thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll see you next time.